"Step away from the hydrangeas and show me your ID." The words rang out from Patricia Morrison, HOA president, her visor glinting and orthopedic sandals squeaking as she confronted me in my own front yard. I was trimming a bush when to squad. Cars screeched into our Maplewood Heights cul-de-sac. My 13-year-old son, Tyler, slipped his phone into his pocket. He'd recorded the whole meltdown. Patricia had just called 911, claiming suspicious male activity with garden shears. She had no idea her tirade was about to go viral. I'm David Parker, a software engineer and widower who keeps to himself. I moved to this gated Maryland community for peace and hiking trails. I drink black coffee, grill steaks on Sundays, and stay quiet during movies. Patricia, however, treated shrub height violations like felonies and once cited my Halloween fog machine for excessive seasonal joy. She carried a clipboard to barbecues, noting hot dog to bun ratios. It started with notes about my post-2010 non-compliant mailbox, then time-stamped photos of my garbage cans an inch past the curb. She'd patrol with binoculars, not for birds, but for non-standard tire treads. One day, she followed Tyler home from school, demanding to know which unit he belonged to. I installed 3 security cameras and warned her to stay off my property. She responded with an HOA letter accusing me of unlicensed landscaping. Patricia turned Maplewood Heights into her fiefdom, patrolling with a measuring tape, citing grass length and fence heights. Neighbors called her the sidewalk sheriff behind her back. She installed a suggestion box mostly filled with pleas for her to mind her own business, and used a color-coded violation system: yellow for first warnings, orange for second, red for formal action. I'd collected 7 yellows and 3 oranges for absurd infractions like visible garden hose and unapproved bird feeder design. She carried an annotated, leather-bound copy of the HOA bylaws highlighted in 3 colors and ran meetings like military briefings, with PowerPoint slides on mailbox uniformity and mandatory sign-in sheets. Most residents stopped attending. The breaking point came on a Saturday as I trimmed my hedges. Patricia stormed over, legal pad in hand, demanding ID and claiming I was an unregistered male entity, using unauthorized equipment on HOA property. When I laughed and said it was my yard, she turned red and dialed 911, shouting about community flora alteration without documentation. Unbeknownst to her, Tyler was filming from our window, capturing every word, including the 911 operators. Confused response: "Mum, is this about a bush?" Patricia insisted it was a community security issue, demanding police. When the cops arrived, they eyed me with my tremors and Patricia with her clipboard. An officer asked Tyler, "Got that on video, son?" Tyler handed over his phone. After 30 seconds of Patricia's rant about hedge modification and residency permits, the officers sighed. They told her she was abusing emergency services and ordered her off my property. One took me aside, saying, "We get calls like this too often," and suggested I file a complaint for 911 misuse. I sent Tyler's footage to the HOA Ethics Committee and Town Council. A week later, an emergency HOA meeting packed the community center. Patricia was unanimously removed as president and fined $8,000 for harassment and misusing HOA funds. The treasurer revealed she'd spent $20,000 on surveillance gear, binoculars, patrol equipment, even gas for her daily inspections. Tyler's video, titled Karen vs. Dad vs. Bush, exploded online, hitting 3 million views in a week. Local news covered it, and my inbox flooded with HOA horror stories nationwide. Patricia's defamation lawsuit fizzled when her lawyer saw the video. The judge laughed during the preliminary hearing. The video became a phenomenon. Comedy shows ran segments, and a remix with music got 5 million more views. Tyler spoke at his school about digital citizenship, earning college recruiter interest for his quick thinking. The footage clearly showed Patricia's every expression as she demanded my landscaping credentials. Neighbors shared their own stories. The Johnsons said Patricia called the fire department over their fire pits. Unapproved smoke direction. The Hendersons revealed she'd threatened fines for their late patriarch's memorial garden, citing unapproved flowers. Patricia's consequences mounted. She was banned from HOA positions for 10 years and ordered to do 50 hours of community service, helping elderly residents with yard work. Her employer, a real estate firm, fired her after the video. Citing abuse of authority and hostile community behavior, Patricia disappeared for a month, then returned with shorter hair, no clipboard, and a private citizen do not engage sign in her yard. She avoids eye contact, speed walking past my now perfect hedges. Criminal charges for 911 misuse brought a $5,000 fine and 6 months probation. At sentencing, she stammered about maintaining standards before her lawyers silenced her. The investigation uncovered more. Patricia had used HOA funds for a private investigator to run background checks on residents, keeping files with unauthorized photos and notes on daily routines. Police found these in her garage, along with secret recordings of HOA meetings. Stalking charges were added. The judge, stern, distinguished between community service and harassment, ordering her to write apology letters to targeted households, attend anger management, and pay $47,000 in restitution for legal fees from her frivolous violations. Her hands shook as she agreed, whispering, "Yes, Your Honor." A permanent ban from Maryland HOA boards ended her suburban tyranny. Maplewood Heights feels lighter now. Neighbors chat freely, unafraid of Patricia's measuring tape. Tyler's a local hero, and I'm back to grilling steaks and hiking trails. My hedges are pristine, my mailbox compliant, and the only citations I get now are compliments on my yard. Patricia's reign is a fading memory, undone by a 13-year-old with a phone and a bush that fought back.